Hi everyone, join me today while I paint this landscape. The colours I've used are ultramarine, yellow ochre, Payne's grey, burnt sienna, sap green and a little bit of burnt umber just for the tree trunks. Just starting with my clouds and my sky for now, so just roughly throwing in some ultramarine with a little bit of burnt sienna and yellow ochre. Just doing the wet and wet technique and just letting them just do the thing really, and then I do let that dry and then I add more blue later. Just throwing in some shapes there for my landscape at the back, and then pulling those different shades of green into my foreground as well. Not really overthinking it, just making sure that I've got a variation of greens with the darker ones to the front. So I'm adding in some details in my trees there at the top now. Each tree is a slightly different colour. I'm just making sure to throw a little bit of variation in every single one, just so it's not the same. And I'm just dabbing off towards the bottom because can you see where the paint's separated naturally by itself? I really like that. I think it looks a bit misty, so I'm trying to preserve that, and I'm just dabbing off some of the paint towards that bottom bit just to keep it as it is, because I think that's a really nice effect that's going on there. So now my sky is completely dry, I do go back in on a second layer because I just wanted to deepen that blue lavender colour that's there. So I just added in my colour, softened out my edges, and then I added a lot more of a watery consistency to it at the end, just to let it all diffuse out again naturally, like my first layer did. just going in with my land that's closest to us. So I made this one of my darkest values. Just added some browns and deep olive greens for this, and just used my detail brush just to add the suggestion of some grasses. I wanted to add some water in the foreground there, just behind the grasses and in between the land on the left. So I've just added in more of a blue colour, and then I removed some of the paint towards the back just to add a little bit of a natural highlight before I put a darker value just to suggest like a bank in the water going off into the distance. Adding my grasses back in then because I lost them a little bit during that process. Now, just to give the illusion of some more depth, I decided to add a tree on the right hand side. So I used my burnt umber and Payne's grey just for my darkest values there, and just used my detail brush to pop in some branches and some twigs before I go in with my leaves. So I'm using a mix of this detail brush that I use and also my makeup brush, which is just a fan brush, which you guys know that I love to use just for kind of natural, sporadic paint blobs, so you don't overthink it. You can just literally just dab it on everywhere and it gives a really nice effect. Now I'm just adding just a few little extra bits of detail just along the bank there, and just adding back in my branches because I lost them a bit while I was painting my tree, popping in some darker values. So I just removed some of the paint there using my nail, and I stopped what I was doing now at this point. It was getting very close to being overworked, and that's it really. I did like this one, I just didn't really know where I was going with it. I changed it throughout, but hey ho, happy accident. But I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the day. Like and subscribe if you've not already, and take care.